The context defines the event. So also, we often read the life of Jesus from our perspective and miss the revolutionary aspect of his life.
So it wasn't that Jesus was, like a crafty politician. It was more reminding people of what that original story was and saying, that story about what God was planning on doing, he's doing that, and he's doing that through me.
And really, there's nothing fair about it. If God was in the fairness game, we'd all be in a whole lot of trouble. But thankfully, God's not in the fairness game. God's in the mercy game.
The teachings of Jesus that are the most difficult for me personally to want to follow in my life are all related to forgiveness. It's probably the first time I've ever really been confronted with the need to follow the teaching of Jesus that says you will forgive one another.
He came to show us the Father's love, and it had been so institutionalized that Jesus came to be cataclysmic in that regard. He came to show us you can't confine God in a text, you can't confine God in a building, you can't confine God, and particularly the mission of God, the work of God, the love of God, in a staid, stagnant, complacent way of living.
I know God answers, not maybe what I really am looking for answers, but I know He gives you an answer. And if you can be open to God in hearing what He has to say instead of really letting your wants influence your thinking, you can definitely hear God.
The church is not a building. The church isn't something you go to. I'm going to church. We really shouldn't talk that way. The church is who we are. We're called to be the church.
It's really about people being connected with the goal of loving each other the way that Jesus defines love.